So hello people, so today we are just going to do another automation task, especially for volunteer assigning. So what here we are going to do is that we will be filling two forms. One is for patients, another is for volunteers. Especially for this automation task, this is especially built to ensure that assigning person based on availability and task required. So let's say here we are focusing on to make about patient assigning and volunteer assigning. So whenever you see here a new patient or a new volunteer is being created, the corresponding volunteer will be assigned to the patient needed based on availability. So that is the automation task which you are going to build today. So we'll be using make. This is the entire automation table, and this is the Airtable which will be holding out the forms for filling. So I will guide you through step-by-step process of how to create this table, how to create the form, ensure that you don't miss anything. Okay, let's start with the forms. Let's start with the table. First, just create a Airtable account. Create a Airtable account and create a new base. We'll be having a new base. So right now I'm just creating a new base called emergency volunteer management. So once you open this, you have to create a table. So what I did for creating the table is that I went to this this Airtable Omni, which is working so good. I given it a prompt saying that what are the information to be in the table. So as you have to build this, I also given that prompt in the file which I'll be sharing here in the Google Drive file. So see, this is the prompt which I have given. Create a table name volunteers with this field: name, email address, preferred contact method, count, patient, everything. So I'll copy this entire prompt and give it in the Omni which build this volunteer table. Same like that, I also created another prompt. This create a second table named patients with this information. That's all. And then it also created another table named patient, and along with it also added the corresponding details. So as you seen here, the volunteer table should be linked to another record, which is the volunteer. This volunteer table will be linked to the patient table, and the patient column on the volunteer table will be linked to the patient table. This patient column on the volunteer table will be linked to the patient table. This volunteer column on the patient table will be linked to the volunteer table. So as you seen here, see, in this patient table the volunteer column is linked to the volunteers table. As said, this patient column in the volunteer table is being linked to the patient table. So when a person is being assigned over here, the corresponding reflection will be given on the other table. So this is the table structure which we have to create right now. So as you guess, two persons are filling a form. One is the volunteer, another is the patient. So we have to create a form. See, let me delete this form, or no need to delete this form. Let me get a new form for you. See, volunteers. I'm choosing the table volunteers. It's a new form volunteers. Let's create a new form. So in this, you have to add the corresponding details. The name is being required. So submit as a redirect. The name, everything is being required. So ensure you filled out this form required field like that, everything. So whenever you go to preferred contact method, which is having multiple select mechanism, see, preferred contact method, multiple single select, phone or email, and for that patient, for other table you're having multiple select options. So in this option specifically, try to add this large icons and press this button layout, so all the options is being visible properly, so that the other person can simply view it. So that's how you have to create a form. Whatever column tables that you have created on the before section, choose this while creating a new form, and then those corresponding details will be mapped over here, and make sure you add the required button. So click the corresponding field and add the required button whatsoever you fill. In this we need the name, phone number, email address, everything is required. So I'm filling this out on the preferred contact method. Yeah, so this is one of the basics. So what we do is like we use the preferred contact method to contact the person, either using phone, by SMS, or using the email. That's all. Once you publish the form, so whenever new information is being passed over there, the corresponding details, let's see the form, the corresponding details will be mapped to the tables that we have created in the Airtable. So once the new, see it's a new one from the web, copy link, that's all. If you even if you want to add it in any web pages, you can have the embedded link which you can add it using prompting. So that is all about Airtable for now. So in this we have the tables. So whenever a new patient is filling out the form, these tables will be filled automatically for a patient and volunteers. I also have two different forms. One is for volunteer, one is for patient, which I will be showing you over here. This is for volunteers who will be filling out the details for volunteering purpose. Yeah, and others for patient details form for collecting the patient details who we will be assigning the corresponding volunteers. So this is all about this table creation and form creation in that Airtable. So where you can use this, you can use this in the staff assigning or the sales department assigning, like giving corresponding task as sales department, where you can assign a corresponding task to specific sales rep or sales people, or task assignment and task management to corresponding peoples. Wherever you need to assign two people or to connect with two different things, you can use this automation. So let's jump back to automation stuff. So this is what you're going to, I also shared this link, so you can simply copy and paste this. So here what we do is like we create a watch table, watch records for the Airtables. So this module is only being present for the first trigger. So when you search for this over here, you can get that Airtable module. Let's say Airtable watch records. This is only for the first module. You can't add it on the corresponding modules. So this, what the purpose of watch record is do is, first you have to create a connection and the base form which you have created, emergency volunteer management, the table which you have to monitor. So what happens here is, whenever a form is being updated, whenever new information is being pushed to the form and it is being updated in the table, this automation task will run for every 15 minutes on the corresponding time which we are selecting. Whenever new information is being passed, this is going to work, and for let's keep the limit as 1. I'm going to fetch out the information. So that information is being passed to the get table. See, what we are doing is like whenever a new field is being created, we are going to inform this Airtable record, which is going to fetch the ID. So but we have to know which new information is being passed. Let's say these two information were already there in the Airtable, in the tables. The third information is being given over here. So at that point of time I need to know the third information. So for that I need to get the corresponding ID. So I am searching the table and this record ID is being passed from the previous module. So this is the one which is going to fetch the new information and pass it to it. So using this get a record, just a minute. Yeah, using this get a record table, we are just going to find the new relevant information. So once it is being passed, we are going to search for the relevant information for that. So we have to search which patient is being free, so that as you see over here, so for the patient, for the patient table, if the volunteer is being unassigned, it is being empty or null. So we are going to use that column and going to search out in the formula volunteers, if it is being empty, we are going to assign that corresponding volunteers who is being empty to this patient. These are all some basics. So fill out the corresponding base and the table which we have to work on with. So this is the major part which is being completed. So a new record is being formed in the Airtable tables. It is being updated. So the updated record is being fetched out and fetched using the getter record, and it is being searched for the corresponding free patient who hasn't for whom the volunteer hasn't been assigned. So you are going to use a router. First is the router, which we are going to use the tables patient. The important part is you can either use the patient table or volunteer table. The major purpose is we are going to update the record. Either it is going to be one. We can either update the volunteers record with the corresponding patient, or the patient record the corresponding volunteers. So whenever one is being changed, other table columns is also being correspondingly mapped. Let's say give you for example add a patient. Let's name it as Amma. Let's name it Ahmad. I'm adding a patient name Ahmad for the Ahmad M. Patient name is Ahmad. Volunteer name is Ahmad M. So if you go and see in the patient record, see for the patient Ahmad, the volunteer is Ahmad M is being mapped. So you can either use the patient record or the volunteer record to update the corresponding field. So yeah, this is the patient record, since we are using the patient table from the previous one. So these are corresponding names, address, maps, phone number. So yeah, this is the most important. We are mapping the volunteer record, which we will get from the previous 100 getter record. So when a new volunteer is being given over here, updating a record, we will be getting his ID and we map him to the patient who is being free. Yeah. And here is the most important part. In the form itself, we are asking like what is the import, like in which way they prefer to communicate, either by phone or by email. So right now I'm keeping everything as default of phone. We check for the phone. Yeah. Set up a filter. So we are thinking of the preferred contact method from the previous module 96. So if it is equal to phone, notify the volunteer by phone. See, we are using this filter option to check which option they prefer for contacting them. So preferred contact method is being equal to phone text operator. So we are notifying them by phone. If not, we can also add another module. We are notifying both the volunteer and the patient. So here the volunteer phone number is being given over here, and this information is being passed for the volunteer, and the same corresponding information with respect to the patient is also being given, and the information is being passed to the patient. If not, you can also add that add a router saying that set up a link condition preferred contact method is equal to email. Yeah. So you can also add this mechanism sending the email messages to volunteers and patients if they are preferred for that this contact method. So here by default I'm keeping everything as the phone. If not needed, you can also add the email. And yeah, so that's all. So if the person is asking for Gmail preferable contact method, you can use this. And if not, if the volunteer is being the patient is being free and the volunteer is being free, you are assigning them. What if the patient is already being assigned to volunteer and the volunteer is being empty, or he doesn't have any patient to assign for? For that, we send them a thank you message saying that thank you for your interest in helping people. There is no person in need. We can save them later. And also, if not, you can also add a Gmail trigger, just like over added here. You can also add a Gmail trigger to send it the messages. Yeah, that is a easy mechanism. So you can also alter this module and also alter the Airtable forms and data for your preference, like as I said before, sales rep assignment or a volunteer assignment or any student assignment to a specific task based on availability or what is your need. So that's all for today's lesson. Let's hope to learn more about automation. Yeah, thank you. Also subscribe.